Hello students, welcome to my channel. Today in this video I am going to explain class 10th second lesson polynomial chapter. So see here, before going to the exercise, let me explain some of the concept regarding this. See here, what does the mean of polynomial? Polynomial is an algebraic expression in the form of a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus so on an x power n. So where a0, a1, a2, so on an are real numbers. Okay. So n is a non-negative integer. If n will be 0, then value will become what? 1, and there is no roots, right? That's why n is a non-negative integer and n also not equal to 0. Then it is called as polynomial, and also you call it as degree of n. Okay, if the degree of n will be not there, if it is equal to 0, you will not get any equation. So it is not a polynomial. Understood? So n is a non-negative integer and n should not equal to 0. So see here, what is the degree of a polynomial? Highest power of a variable in a given polynomial is called degree of the polynomial. What does the mean of degree? In the given equation, there will be x variables, right? In the x variable which is having highest power, that is the degree of that particular polynomial. So see here, I am writing linear polynomial means it contains only one variable. Okay. Quadratic means it contains two variables. See how linear variable means, for example, examples like x plus 2. So you can see here only one variable and one constant. Okay. So what is the degree of this equation? It is a polynomial. Yes, it is a polynomial because it has variable. And what is the degree of this polynomial? Degree of this polynomial is 1, because there was only one x was there. X power what was there? Nothing there, means that means 1. So degree equal to 1. Understood? So for example, quadratic equation means x square plus x plus 2. Okay, if maximum highest power is 2, then you call it as quadratic polynomial. So for this equation, there are x variables, and in the given x variables, which has highest power? 2. So for this equation, the degree is 2. Okay. So cubic means highest power is cube. Okay, so here degree what? 3. So biquadratic means if the highest power is more than 3, means 4 or 5, you call it as biquadratic. Understood? So this is about the degree of polynomial. Next, zeros of polynomial. So what does the mean of zeros of polynomial? See here, if p of x is a polynomial, zeros of the polynomial are those values of x which make polynomial 0. That means 0 of polynomial means, for example, p of x is nothing but polynomial. You call it as polynomial, one equation. Okay. So in the given equation, the place of x value, if you keep any number, so that polynomial should become 0. That means p of x should become 0. Then you call it that number which you are substituting in the place of x, that number you call it a 0 of polynomial or root. Okay, 0 or root you can call it. So let me explain with one example. For example, x plus 3 is the equation. Okay, it is the linear equation. So what number you have to keep in this to make it 0? That means if you keep p of minus 3, that means in the place of x I am keeping minus 3. Then in the place of x, if you keep minus 3 plus 3, what became? 0. Okay, so for this given polynomial, zeros of the polynomial means what? Minus 3. So if you keep minus 3, then you will get 0. You get polynomial 0. So 0 of polynomial of this equation is nothing but minus 3. In that way. Understood? So see here, next most important concept, relation between zeros and coefficients. So general standard form of polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, so general form of the polynomial, general equation, standard form. Okay, so a is nothing but coefficient of x square, b is coefficient of x, c is the constant. Okay, so here what is the I explain you how to find out zeros of the polynomial. For example, see here how I got this minus 3. What I in this example x plus 3, I took one quadratic equation. So what you have to do, you have to substitute 1, you have to substitute 2, minus 1, minus 2, then you can understand where the 0 was coming. So simply what you have to do, make p of x equal to 0. That means p of x means what? X plus 3 equal to 0. Then transpose this plus 3 to right side, you will get x equal to minus 3. So you got here in the place of x, if you keep minus 3, you will get that equation 0. Understood? In this simple way, you can make, if any polynomial equation was given, you can make it equal to 0 and you can easily get the root values. So that root values are nothing but zeros. And coefficient is this one. So what is the formula here? So for the given equation, alpha and beta are the zeros. Okay, for this equation, alpha and beta are the zeros. So here sum of the roots are zeros. Sum of zeros we call these two are zeros. Okay, so zeros of this polynomial or roots of this polynomial, then sum of the roots formula alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a. Understood? So here minus b means coefficient of x. So b means coefficient of x, a means coefficient of x square. And one thing, a should not equal to 0. Okay, if a will become 0, in the denominator if it comes 0, infinite, there is no roots will be there. So a should not equal to 0, then only you can do this one. Okay, so now product of the roots. Product of the roots. So product of roots means here alpha beta are the roots. So product of roots means alpha into beta. This, if you have roots, you can multiply both. If you not have roots, with the help of coefficient you have to find out this product of the root. Then the formula is c by a. Okay, c means nothing but constant, a is nothing but coefficient of x square. Understood? So this is the relation between zeros and coefficient. Okay, this one is the standard form equation, and alpha and beta are the zeros of this particular equation. That means the roots of this particular equation. So to finding out the sum of the root, formula alpha plus beta. If you know alpha beta values, you can easily write down alpha plus beta. Otherwise, if you want to find out sum of the root, only you have equation, the formula is minus b by a. So product of the root is alpha into beta, the formula is c by a. For example, you know sum of the root and product of the root, and you have to write down quadratic equation. Okay, for quadratic equation to, for example, if you have roots and you have to write down that roots in the form of quadratic equation, then formula is x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta equal to 0. Okay, so if you know the sum of root and product of root, simply you can write equation in this way. Understood? Next, geometric meaning of 0 of polynomials. So here geometric meaning of 0 of polynomial means what? If we draw the graph p of x equal to 0, then the values where the curve cuts the x-axis are called 0 polynomial. For example, this one is the graph. Okay, So in the graph you will have this one negative x-axis, this one positive, this one positive y, this one negative y. Okay. So how many roots are there for particular equation? For example, I said linear. Linear means what? Straight line. For example, I drawn like this. Okay. So how many roots are there for this equation? Means there are one root, means 1 0 was there, because I given in definition, see the values where the curve cuts the x-axis. At the x-axis it intersect, or the line will intersect the x-axis at one point. That means it has only 1 0s. Okay. So the roots are how many zeros are there? 1. Okay. So with the help of graph you can draw like this. For example, I took this one quadratic graph I will draw. For example, I am drawing here one parabola. Okay. So see here, at the 2 point, on the 2 points of x-axis it intersects. That means it has how many zeros, how many roots it has? 2 zeros are there. Understood? So at how many places of x-axis it intersect, so that many roots are present for that particular graph. For example, I drawn like this. Okay. So see here, only it intersecting y, not intersecting x-axis. So there is zeros. How many roots? How many are there here? 0 only. There are no roots because it was not intersecting x-axis. For example, I drawn like this. Okay. So how many zeros are there? How many roots are there? 2 present. Okay, 2 roots are there. So this is the geometric meaning of zero of polynomial. For example, you have given graph, then you have to see how many cuts are there on x-axis. That many roots are present for that particular equation. Understood? So let's go to the exercise 2.1. So here exercise 2.1, the graph of y equal to p of x are given in following figure. For some polynomials p of x, find the number of zeros of p of x in each case. So he was asking number of zeros for given polynomial. He was asking, I said you before only, if the given line was intersect x-axis, at how many places it cuts the x-axis, that is nothing but number of roots, right? So see here in the first question we have one graph and the line was drawn parallel to x-axis. So this how many zeros are there? Number of zeros, how many here? Number of zeros equal to 0, because this line was intersecting only y-axis, it was not intersecting x-axis. Here the line was not intersecting x-axis. So number of zeros were 0. Understood? Now see this graph. In this graph, see here, in this graph, at how many points it was intersecting at x-axis, the line? Only at 1 point x-axis was intersecting, right? So number of zeros equal to 1, because at 1 point on x-axis it was intersecting, right? So next see here in this given figure, how many points it was intersecting on x-axis? At see here 1, 2, 3. So at the 3 points of x-axis it was intersecting. So number of zeros equal to 3. Understood? Next fourth one. See here, it was intersecting x-axis at 2 points. So number of zeros equal to 2, because at 2 points it was intersecting. And you can write, if it was given in 2 mark question, you can write simply that it was intersecting at 2 points of x-axis. So number of zeros equal to 2. If they give in the bits, so directly you can write down the answer. So see here, in the fifth question, at how many points it was intersecting? 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many roots are there? 4. So number of zeros equal to 4. Okay, next. So see in this diagram, 1, 2, 3. So number of zeros equal to 3 because at the 3 point it was intersecting x-axis. Understood? So first exercise was very easy. If from the graph they'll give 1 mark. So in the 1 mark question or in the bits. Okay. So next in this video I'm going to explain 3 examples regarding next exercise 2.2. I already explained you concept, right? So see here, first one, p of x given 2x square minus 8x plus 6, and he was saying to find out sum of the roots and product of the roots. Okay, so first write down a equal to what here? 2, b equal to minus 8, c equal to 6. Okay, so sum of the roots equal to minus b by a. So minus b means minus 8 by a means 2. Okay. So minus into minus plus 8 by 2. 2 4s are 8. So sum of root what? 4. Next, product of the roots. Formula what? Product of roots? C by a. So c means what here? 6. By a means what here? 2. So 3. Okay, so sum of the root means alpha plus beta. Product of the root means alpha into beta. Okay, so you can find out alpha beta also. How you can find out alpha beta? See here, 2x square minus 8x plus 6 it was given, right? So you have to find out factors for this. So what is there? 2 into 6 how much? 12. Okay, so 2x square, you have to split this 12 into 2 terms so that by adding or by subtracting them you have to get 8x. Okay, so 6 2s are 12, right? So here written minus 8x, so minus 6x minus 2x plus 6. I split a minus 8x into these two terms, and by multiplying 6 2s you have to get 12, minus 6 minus 2 you have to get minus 8. Understood? So see here, common what you will get? 2x, then x minus 3, in this minus 2 you get x minus 3. So what are the root? 2x minus 2, x minus 3. So here you got roots 2x minus 2, x minus 3, and you know that p of x equal to 0. That's why 2x minus 2 equal to 0. Then 2x equal to 2, x equal to 2 by 2. How much you will get? 1. So x equal to you got 1, and one more, x minus 3 equal to 0. Then x equal to you will get 3. Okay, so alpha for example 1, beta equal to 3. See, so you can check alpha plus beta, 1 plus 3 how much? 4. Alpha into beta, 1 into 3 how much? 3. Understood? So this is in the to find out the zeros of the polynomial, this is the method, and to find out the sum of the root and product of the root, this is the method. So you can check it that if you add by this you will get the same answers only. Next, find the zeros of the quadratic polynomial x square plus 7x plus 10 and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. First is said to find out zeros of the quadratic polynomial. Zeros means what I said, roots, right? So let us first write down x square plus 7x plus 10. So for this you have to find out root. See here, before x square nothing is there, that means 1. So 1 into 10 how much? 10. Okay, so you can simple way I am saying how to find out roots. Okay, 2 5s are 10, 5 1s are 5. So 2 plus 5 how much? 7. Okay, you can write down here. You can split 7x into 5x plus 2x plus 10. Okay, first in this both you have to take common. See here in this both x was common, so I took x. In 2x, if you took 1x, remaining how many x? 1x. Plus in 5x, I took common x, then remaining what? 5. Plus 2x 10. See in the number 2 and 10, in which table? 2 table. And here only x, one variable was there, here no variable there. So you can take out x. So 2 I took common, x plus in 10 2 if you took common it will be 5. 2 5 is a 10. Understood? So see here in the brackets the both are same. That means x plus y you have to write one time. Next in another bracket x plus 2. So these are the roots. And we know that p of x equal to 0. That means roots are equal to 0. So x plus 5 equal to 0. X equal to minus 5, x plus 2 equal to 0, then x equal to minus 2. Got it? So now what he said to find a relation between the 0 and coefficient. So relation between 0 and coefficient, that means sum of the roots equal to alpha plus beta. Alpha means minus 5, beta means minus 2. You got how much? Minus 7. And simply you know the formula of coefficient formula what? Minus b by a. Sum of the root means minus b by a. So in the given equation, a means 1, b means 7, c means 10. Okay. So here minus b by a. B means how much? 7. So minus 7 by a means how much? 1. Minus 7. See, with the help of coefficient you got minus 7. With the help of roots also you got minus 7. Understood? Of roots. That means alpha into beta. So alpha means how much? Minus 5. Beta means minus 2. That means 5 2s are 10. Minus into minus plus. So 10. Okay. So in the coefficient method, c by a. C means how much here? 10. A means 1. Substitute here 10 by 1. How much you will get? 10. So by product the roots you got 10. And with the help of coefficient formula also you got 10. So this is the relation between 0 and the coefficient. In this way you have to do this type of sums. Okay. Next sum. So example 3, find the zeros of the polynomial x square minus 3 and verify the relationship between the zeros and coefficient. First you have to find out the zeros of polynomials, right? Means root. So simply see here only one variable there, one number was there, nothing more there. So here x square was there, here only 3 was there. So I can write down this in the form of x square minus root 3 whole square. Okay, so you can see this was in the form of a square minus b square. What is the formula? A plus b into a minus b, right? So you can write x plus root 3 into x minus root 3. Okay, I wrote this in the form of a plus b into a minus b. So you know that p of x equal to 0. So x plus root 3 equal to 0. I took first root, x plus root 3 equal to 0, x equal to minus root 3, and second root I took x minus root 3 equal to 0, x equal to plus root 3. Understood? That means alpha is minus root 3, for beta is root 3 I took it. Okay, so now again he is said to find out relation between zeros also, no, coefficient. So sum of roots equal to minus root 3 plus root 3, alpha plus beta. So how much you got? 0, right? So in the given question, write down a. For example, here x square minus 3 is the equation. A means what? X square coefficient 1. B means what? X coefficient. So here no variable of x. So I wrote 0. Next, C means what? Minus 3, constant, right? So sum of root means alpha plus beta I did. 0 with the help of zeros. So with the help of coefficient formula what? Minus b by a. Okay. So minus b means how much? 0 by a means 1. So how much you will get? 0. Okay. See here with the help of roots and with the help of coefficient you got same answer here. Next, product of roots. So product of root means what? Alpha into beta. That means minus root 3 into root 3. How much you will get? Minus 3. Okay. Root 3 into root 3, 3 minus into plus minus. So in the form of coefficient formula, what? C by A. C means how much? Minus 3. That's why minus 3 by A means how much? 1. So minus 3 by 1. That means minus 3. So see a product of the root minus 3 with the help of coefficient also you got minus 3. Understood? This is the relation between 0 and coefficient. I think you understood the polynomial concept. In the next video I'll explain second exercise, and the polynomial concept is very small and you will get only 1 or 2 marks. That's it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and also comment me which concept you want. I'll try to explain that. Free 10th class student, all the best. Prepare well. The time was very less. Be concentrate on your subject. Okay, thank you.